is telling the judiciary that this thing, I have interpreted it, the people of Nigeria have interpreted it, and if you say anything different, they will come after you.
Does Festus Keyamo think that he has a monopoly of petition? Does he think that he's the only one that has access to DSS, to petition DSS? We were all here in Nigeria when, before the election, he petitioned the DSS to arrest Atiku. Now he's writing petition to the same DSS to arrest Peter Obi and arrest Yusuf Datti. On what grounds does he think that he has a right to petition? I watched the interview on Channels News and I just cringed within me because everything he said were bordering on the lines of libel and defamation of character against Peter Obi, against Yusuf Datti. He was making statements that were basely defamatory and untrue, and this must not be allowed to go unpunished. It is time for Festus Keyamo to feel the pinch of petition. The DSS must now also be petitioned by Peter Obi, must now also be petitioned by Yusuf Datti, by Labour Party to take appropriate action against Festus Keyamo. Festus Keyamo does not have the monopoly of petitioning the DSS, particularly when he's doing so by breaking the law. He's making claims and alleging that Peter Obi and Labour Party are trying to incite Nigerians. Reckless claims that borders on the line of defamation of character, and is calling for DSS to arrest Peter Obi. He who alleges must prove. He must not be allowed to get away with this. These statements he is making are the statements that have the potential to incite Nigerians against Nigerians, to divide Nigerians. These statements he is making are capable of setting Nigeria on fire. Peter Obi has gone to court. Festus Keyamo, why not let the court take its toll? Where were you when MC Oluomo and all the rest of the thugs in Lagos were busy threatening Lagosians? Where were you? Did you petition the DSS then? Where were you when the Bales and the traditional rulers of Lagos thought it wise that it was on the eve of election that they were going to conduct Oru to disenfranchise people? Did you think it wise then, Festus Keyamo, to petition the DSS to arrest them? Where were you when people were being stabbed? 22 people have officially been declared killed as a result of the election. Did you petition the DSS to bring to book those who caused those deaths? Did you petition the DSS to arrest those thugs that were seen blatantly on video, walking the streets of Lagos, marauding, threatening people not to come out except they were going to vote for APC? Did you petition the DSS? Where were you when Femi Fani-Kayode, Bayo Ononuga and the likes, and even yourself, were making inciting statements? Where were you when the APC fraudulently made comments through their proxies on Twitter to say that Lagos is a no man's land, pretending to be an Igbo person saying it just to cause strife, and this almost caused war between the Yorubas and Igbos in Lagos? Where were you? Did you petition the DSS? Don't think that you have a monopoly of petitioning DSS. What you have done is cross the line. What you have done is defamatory. What you have done is libelous. Now you must feel the wrath of the law. Now Peter Obi must petition the DSS. Now Yusuf Datti must petition the DSS. You must answer for your actions. What you have done is defamatory. You must answer for it because you do not have a monopoly of petitions. That we are keeping quiet does not mean you can bully us. After voter suppression, you want to now do victim shaming? No, this Nigeria belongs to all of us, and you cannot suppress us in it. You will answer for your actions. Festus Keyamo. This is the time for the NBA to come out and speak in defense of the legal profession. The NBA cannot be seen to be keeping quiet when people like Festus Keyamo drag the name of the legal profession in the mud, coming to lie on national television just to defend a crime that was committed in America. And the NBA is quiet, and a senior advocate of Nigeria is coming out to make this kind of inciting statement. The NBA cannot keep quiet. Yes, petition will go on to the DSS against Festus Keyamo, but the NBA owes Nigeria this duty to call Festus Keyamo to order, to retrieve his SAN title, and even to debar him. The NBA must do Nigeria this duty, and the time is now.
Now, what is going on is that Ahmed comes here, and it has been a series of interviews by himself and Peter Obi. Yesterday was the final nail on the coffin. It was the final straw that broke the camel's back. That somebody who wanted to become vice president of this country, of that level, would come here, sit before the world, and tell the world that he does not recognize a president-elect that has been declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission, and that the president-elect must not be sworn in, and that he does not even recognize, the process that they have, started, in court. He does not trust that process, I mean. And that's the person who wanted to become vice president of this country. How? And then he arrogates to himself the right or the power to interpret the Constitution, interpret, Section 134 of the Constitution to suit his own whims and caprices, and then declares that what the INEC did was totally unconstitutional, and that what will come in on May 29 will be an unconstitutional government. It is the delusion of grandeur. It's complete delusion of grandeur for anybody to say now that there is no president-elect. Just to tell you that amounts to subverting the very process that they have started in the tribunal. They are subverting that process by coming out of that process to then call for insurrection in a subliminal manner, for protest and insurrection to truncate that process. I want to say this clearly, that the process we have established since 1999 is that elections take place. People are sworn into office, but those who have grievances are given the right to continue their grievances, air their grievances in court. And some months into their tenures, if the judgments come in, they are removed from office. So there's nothing so serious that he came to raise here yesterday about swearing in somebody who has been given a certificate of return. Himself, Ahmed himself, was removed from office twice. He stole people's mandates. And I'm not saying anything gross. It is judicial pronouncement that you stole a mandate. He was sworn in as a senator, was he not?
He accused your party of stealing.
But hold on. But he was sworn in.
And I'm asking.
Let me finish. Let me finish this statement. He was sworn in as a senator. But the person who was challenging his victory continued his case in court. Another CPC under the same Buhari that he's abusing now. He rode under his wings, purportedly won a Senate seat in Kaduna, was sworn into office. Nobody said he shouldn't be sworn in at that time. But he was carrying a stolen mandate. And at the end of the day, there was judicial, pronouncement, and Baba that time was removed from office. Why is he opposed to that same procedure that he benefited from? In our own case, it is not an admission that our election was flawed, was totally flawed to the extent that it substantially affected, the result of the election. No, I'm not admitting that. I'm not saying that this is a procedure we have since established in 1999. And that is what the Labour Party is doing. And that is why I had to petition them to the DSS. There's a build-up to something that they are doing. Shehu, there's a build-up. The build-up they are doing is to rile the people up, pump them up, and then turn them against the judiciary, that if your judgment does not go in a particular way, and that is why he has come here yesterday. He came here yesterday to say the Constitution comes interpreted. What does that mean? He's telling the judiciary that this thing, I have interpreted it, the people of Nigeria have interpreted it, and if you say anything different, they will come after you. That is where they're going. And so they are setting up a scene for rebellion. And they are setting up a scene to blackmail the judiciary. And that is why if you go online now, I have alerted the DSS that they have camped some boys in one popular hotel in Abuja. And I will give that information to the DSS, where they have told them every morning to be pumping out, online messages to rile up the citizens, cause fear, and all of that. And so what they want to do is to say once the judiciary now goes another way, then the judiciary must have sold out. So and that's why they are threatening the judges. They have gone up to that point. I want to make this point. Nigerians must know that the Labour Party online touts now are threatening judges, threatening their families, exposing them. Go online and see what is happening. And so there is a situation where they want to create fear in this country. They try, you know that during the elections, they try to threaten people to support them. They failed. During the announcement, they tried to threaten INEC. Everything about them is threats. To threaten INEC to support them, they failed. Now they want to move to the judiciary. It is enough, is enough. Shehu, we are ready. Let me tell you this. People who voted, the majority of that, who voted for Asiwaju and the APC, they are the silent majority now. And so if they think they want to push this country towards EndSARS, where it was citizens, EndSARS was a situation where citizens were dissatisfied with a policy of government, an institution of government called EndSARS. That was totally different. But they think they can rile up and citizens towards a situation of SARS again, but EndSARS. But this time they should realize that this is not activities, it's pure politics. And if you want to do that now, it will not be citizens against government, it will be citizens, voters against voters. Oh, there. But you don't say you don't recognize a legitimate government. That is treasonable felony. What Peter Obi and Ahmed are doing is treasonable felony, and we must draw the line for them now.
That is your interpretation.
No, it is not. It is
because it is the courts to
when you don't recognize a legitimate government that has gone through the process and it is legitimate, and you say you don't recognize it, you want to live your own life, it is treason. And let me tell you this.
That's how you interpret it until the court now say...
What Peter Obi, and that is when they will defend themselves now. But you must be charged first. Do you understand me? You will be charged for that. That's what I'm telling them to do. I'm not interpreting. They will charge them for that. Charge them and go and defend yourself. Why you are calling on people to protest?
That's the remit of the states to do, though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I've submitted myself to process. Have I not? Did I come here to say I will go and harass them fiscally? I'm a senior lawyer. I've instituted the process. I have started the process. And you see, what they are doing, let me tell you, they are living in a bubble of their own. Peter Obi, Dati, and his supporters, I'm saying this on air, they are living in their own bubble. They are not hearing the other voices of Nigerians who are saying, we hate your bigotry. We are not buying your message of Christian votes. We are not buying your tribalism. They are not hearing those voices. There are voices in this country. Say, no, hold on. There are voices in this country saying we don't like those messages. But they are not hearing those voices. They are living in a bubble of their own. And they will hear those voices very soon if they continue with this nonsense they are doing. Right. As from now on, it's going to be propaganda against propaganda. Word for word, we will meet them everywhere because Asiwaju has a mandate he will defend. And we're prepared to defend that mandate.
And you politicians are not afraid of burning this country with the manner in which you have described it.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you why. If you want to push your supporters to protest, it is only where you are popular you can protest. So you are going to be burning the areas where you are popular. Do you want to tell Obi that I can call us protesters in Kanu? Can he call out protesters in Ekiti? Can he call out protesters in Ondo? Can he call out protesters in Borno? Can he call out protesters in Jigawa? Go and call them out now. Right. You can only call out protesters where they are popular. So you'll be burning areas where you are popular. That is where you can burn.